Hello, this is my accordion. I've been playing for about 6 months now on accordion, and I wanted to share with you some of my progress and also just some basics about the accordion if you're interested in acquiring one. Just to give you a little background, I've been playing piano since I was a little kid. And I have no problem picking up tunes from the radio by ear and usually playing them. And I can read sheet music, although not very fluently. I can work my way through any piece if I just put my mind to it. And especially tablature and chord charts, I can improvise on top of those pretty easily. The accordion, of course, has, the one I have is a piano on one side, although you are playing it vertically and you're not seeing it. And on this side, you have bass buttons, which we'll get into later. But for this first video, I just wanted to show you this particular accordion and how to test it out to make sure that all the sound's working. If you're getting an accordion, you want to try to do every single sound possible on it before you purchase it, so you know what you're getting into. Some of the repairs might be easy and not cost too much, so it's worth it. So let's start off with this accordion. There are registers here, 2 buttons on the piano side. My accordion is simple, it's lightweight, it's actually a student or ladies model. It's only 16 inches across here and it weighs about 16.5 pounds. So as a beginner, this is very portable, easy to play. It's a little bit small on this side, so you have to get used to this. If you play piano, this is about 70% of a piano keyboard width. But you get the hang of it, and pretty soon your muscle memory is able to work itself out, and you can do intervals no problem. And on the piano, you can play that no problem. And you learn how to do both and interchange them within a split second. That's not an issue. But as far as understanding the way that the accordion works, this particular accordion, and most of them, there's a bellows here in the middle, which you can see moves. I have a button here in this accordion, which silences things. So you can just open and close the bellows. It's just an opening to let the air in and out, okay? But essentially, you want to be able to tug on the bellows and not really have it move very much. See, I'm pushing and pulling and it's not going anywhere. And that means there's no air leaks. If you have air leaks, it's going to be harder for you to make sounds, and especially loud sounds, because air is not passing over the reeds, it's escaping somewhere. 2, just on the piano side, you want to test every register on the in and the out. There are reeds that work on the in and on the out for every single note. And some of them have 2 reeds that work for in and out. So my accordion, this one here is, I believe, clarinet, and that one is bandoneon. In any case, just to simplify things, this particular one uses 1 reed, so it's a very simple sound. We'll start over here. You have to move the bellows as you press the key, otherwise, see, nothing happens. So here we go. So I was going out only. Let's do that again. You have to test it on each way. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's out. Now I'm gonna push in on the bellows. It's gonna use a different set of reeds now for each note. See, I ran out of air. Here, let me come out again. Okay, so that's every note in clarinet. Next, I use another register, do the same thing, test every note. And listen, there is one note here that actually has an issue. See if you can pick it up. Okay, now on the way back. Okay, let me do that again because you probably missed it. It's over here. You hear that? Listen on the way in. Listen on the way out. So what's happening with this one is one of the reeds that has to do with bandoneon, which is this one here, which plays actually a pair of reeds to make that more rich sound. It's not working. Clarinet's no problem because that's just only using one reed. In and out. That happens to be an F. But then when I go here, listen. So that's an issue on this accordion. I'm not too bothered by it because most of the time if I'm playing clarinet you cannot hear a difference at all. When I'm playing in bandoneon, occasionally it's, you kind of hear that there's a little bit of a less of a tone from that note, but depending on the key, the piece of music, it's, there's a lot of other things going on, you sometimes don't pick it up at all. Now, the bass side is a whole other story. There are a whole bunch of bass keys here, and they follow the circle of fifths. The reason why you have so many buttons is because you actually repeat at the higher end and on the lower end, so that when you're working up here, you don't have to reach all the way to the bottom. So that's how it works, okay? So let's start with C. Usually, you'll see there's, on my keyboard, on my accordion, I'll just zoom in, you can see right here, there's dimples on the keys. There's a dimple on C. So I can play C here. Wait, am I in the wrong one? Where's C? C is there. This one is C, and the next one up is E, which is here. So it goes up. The first column, okay, is the counter bass. It's a third shifted up from the bass. And that's so, for convenience, you can jump around to the counter bass. You don't have to reach so far. It's very convenient, you'll see later, to doing scales and such, and bass progressions. But for now, you want to test the bass, so you basically start, let's say down at the bottom here. Not so easy. Start with the counter bass, and just press every single bass note. I can't even reach it, to be honest. I'm gonna have to use my other hand here. Let's try. You want to do this, by the way, in every single direction also. And now the second row, which is the bass. Okay, the third one is the major chords. So that's 1, 2, 3. See if I can do this with my other hand now, because it's hard to reach. 3. Okay, then the next row is the minor. I have a 120, so bass system, so it's got minor chord the next row. So we're here. Okay, and then diminished is the last one. Oh, sorry, 7th. There's a 7th and then diminished. So here's 7th. And then finally diminished. And then the last button is an air release on the Titano instrument that I have here. That's the air release. Okay? You're never going to use it anyway. I mean that last chord, so just put the button here so you don't have an extra button. Some accordions have a button here on the finger, on the thumb, and that's an air release. So anyway, that's just an introduction to my accordion. I'll show you some basic stuff in another video, but I'm just beginning at this. Certainly it's much more difficult, for me at least, to play than a piano at this point because I'm so new on it. But it is very versatile. I can do a lot of the stuff I do on piano, every kind of music, every style on the accordion. Sounds a little weird for some things, but it is definitely cool. So definitely worth getting an interest in if you like this kind of instrument. And thanks for watching, and catch you next time.